welcome back to the RC barn. Got to get the pellet stove in here since some of you guys say you like it. Yeah, it's wasn't much of an expense to add into here. This barn is fully insulated. Usually keep it around 50 degrees or so during the winter time when I'm not out here, and then we crank it up to about 65. It takes a couple hours to get up the temp, depending on how cold it is outside. It's about 40-ish degrees this morning with a lot of rain over the last week, so the backyard's flooded. Makes it a little interesting getting out here, but a little soupy. Anyhow, if I had to do it again, I probably would have put a gas burner out here. I like the pellet stove, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of time consuming with the maintenance and everything you got to do to it on a weekly and monthly basis. Actually, I'm due to take this thing back apart this weekend and do a more thorough cleaning on it. So that's the pellet stove. Way overkill for this place. It doesn't hardly run. I did add a wall thermostat over there to it. That's was one thing that I added onto it, so that way it wouldn't quit. It would quit burning up the igniters in it. So yeah, do your research if you build a barn and decide to go this route. The reason why we went pellet instead of wood is because my wife and my daughters, they can come out here and fill this up when I'm gone during the week. I'm an over-the-road truck driver, so that's why we got the little thing here. My daughter comes out twice a day and fills it up. It usually goes through a bag in a week during the week, and I will usually over the weekend when I got the heat turned up over a couple days, I'll probably go through a bag a day, running a little warmer. So anyways, back to the Flying King. Enough with the stove. So anyways, I've already done one wing here, and one of the problems that I had, now you guys watched me build these if you've seen the video, and I did them right on the plans, and you can see here we're a little long on the flap. It's supposed to end at the joint there, and as far as the width goes, I'm just going to leave it. And as far as the airline goes, it actually ended up too short. If I can get a camera angle in here. So what I'm doing, let me get you on the stand, I'll bring you right back. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm making a mark where I want it to end here. And you're going to want a little bit of a gap in here anyways because of covering and paint and all that. So I got my mark there, and then I take my straight edge. And mark that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cap it with a piece of wood here. Actually, I got a little smaller piece here that I've already done the other side with. I'm just going to line that up with my mark. This will give me my reference for how thick wood I'm going to add to it. And I will take it over to the scroll saw and just cut it off. Okay. We cut that off. Biggest thing with flaps is you want to make sure that they are, you can see where I did the other one here. Added onto it to cap that gap in. Biggest thing is just to make sure that, yeah, we'll be even. That they're both the same because of flappage. You want it to be even from side to side. And then we'll just lay this up here like so. I do believe this is wrong one. Helps if I grab the right one, right? Don't have to be accurate here, just got to be straight and make sure you, if anything, you're a little big. Put a little CA on there and glue that end cap in. Let's see how we did. Much better. So little fixes like that you can kind of be you know, expected to do. I didn't realize that I was that far off. As far as the aileron being too short, I'm going to just repeat the process. And what I did on the other one here is I just added one on each side here. And that, I mean, it's just a little bit, but you know, it'll clean up. Of course, this is the wrong side, but you know, it'll clean up your gaps up a little bit. Not going to make that big of a difference. So it's just aesthetically more pleasing. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys this because I got my paint in. This is exciting. So we got the thinner. That's so we can spray it. So this is all butyrate. We got the lime green. A little dark over here anyways. Little bottle of yellow also. That's the insignia yellow. It's going to be, main color is going to be white. And then we got our clear. So we can clear coat it. What I got going on over here is, like I said, I wanted to build a glider cradle. I'm not quite ready to commit yet. Yeah, that's pretty good. So anyways, my idea here is that I got a piece of spruce here, and this is going to be our main frame. And then, you know, I got the plywood doublers in there, and we're going to put, it's going to be something like that. And then it'll come across. Of course, this get all cut down, come across down here. And then even if we got to put some rubber bands together, the idea is instead of having pins here that will pull apart to release the rubber bands, and I think I'm going to put, my idea is that, you know, okay, so you want a couple, been doing some reading, and you want a couple of degree or two of down incidences compared to the wing of the plane that's flying. So we'll put a little bit of tilt into it, and then so when this releases, it's going to pop up, because obviously the airplane, even at low speeds, is going to fly a lot faster than the glider is going to. So it's going to want to go like, it's going to want to, when it releases, it's got all that lift. The reason for the down incidence in the glider wing is that way you're not fighting it when you're flying it up, so that way you're not putting negative effects onto the tow plane, the tug plane. So what I think I'm going to do is, since in my idea it's going to want to do this number when it goes up, when it releases, I'm going to have the rubber bands come across here and down, and then there'll be on two little arms here, one on each side, and then there'll be a rod that's holding this up, and so it's going to want to pull. It's going to want to pull the rod, the lever up. If my finger was the lever, if you guys can kind of understand that. And then, so we want to use the servo to stop that. And then once the servo releases, it releases this and pulls it straight up and releases the rubber band that will then release the glider. So that's the idea behind it. I'm going to do some sketches on that first before I start, before I start doing that. The other thing that I read is you want the CG of the glider to match up with the plane. I'm not sure what the reasoning behind that is, or at least close to it. I've already checked. This is a 2 meter glider that is brought to me right now, but you want it high enough also that it clears the rudder and elevator. I don't think we're gonna have a problem on this plane. I think I'm gonna set it up right like that, with that much gap in it. The engine's going to be out here, so that won't be a problem. So that's the biggest thing there. I don't see this plane pulling anything up bigger than 2 meter. And plus, I do believe, as far as glider sizes go, I really haven't flown anything but 2 meter. But I think the bigger the glider is, it's just a wingspan. It's not really an elevator or a fuselage changes length very much. Of course, if you get into monster ones, they'll probably get bigger, but we don't have anything like that around here. This is what most guys are doing around here. So anyways, there's a little update on the Flying King. I also got one more. Went to Harbor Freight today and picked up the spray gun and an airbrush kit. I've never airbrushed before, so we can learn this together. Got the compressor. Got the airbrush, and then I also got the gun that I'm going to be using to spray the paint and the clear on. This is like $15, so it's just a little guy. So that way, if you destroy it when you're doing this, you throw it away, get another one. I try to keep mine clean. Mine did, the one that I did the other plane with, it eventually plug up, but I got quite a bit of use out of it. So, yeah, well, I don't think we're going to be doing any painting today. I want to get these wings and ailerons to the point of covered and the nitrite down and, ready for that. Oh, one other thing before I let you guys go. I got the Bombay made. Now, this is all an experimentation, but all I did is I used two Dubro hinges, get you in the video here, and I glued these top pieces here to seal them up, since I'm limited on balsa thickness. I want to, I got some carbon fiber around here. I think I'm going to put a carbon fiber strip across here to strengthen this up, because the worst thing would be to have this open and have it fly apart. So I might put carbon fiber in here and then lose, these tabs here are just there to connect the 3 sheets together, if that makes any sense. So, I think we're going to end up, I got the other side done too. This side came out a little better. So, I think as far as servos go, I'm just going to put some cheapies in it to actuate it. I'm going to do that after it's done and painted. So so I don't have to work around that. But I got a couple older high-techs here. And I'm thinking something like this. You know, and then an arm that goes down into there with a clevis. Or maybe something like this. And then we can go up. We'll see. I'm thinking that's going to be our best bet. I just got to make sure that I can squeeze this in on, you can see my mark here where the fuselage size is, and then we got a, you know, what, a 1/4 inch, 3/8 side that would have to fit in. So yeah, otherwise I got some micros that I can put in there too. Anyways, that's where I'm at on this. I'm not going to videotape a lot of this, just because of the simple fact that you guys have seen me do the rudder, elevator, and fuselage for the most part. And anyways, I appreciate all you guys' comments here recently, and a lot of new subscribers. We're definitely getting there. It'd be cool to when we hit that 500 mark, but we're almost to 200 subscribers, so I appreciate it, every single one of you. As far as the other thing I was going to say is, as far as SIG goes, you really got to check with SIG Manufacturing to see if any of this stuff is available. As far as the coverall and the stick sit, I've been pushing, telling you guys like in the comments to go to Radical RC in Dayton, Ohio. That's local to me, but they do ship, and they do you know, stock a lot of SIG stuff. Now I went to, like, for instance, I went to SIG to get some easy hinges for this plane. They did not have them in stock, but I called Radical and they did, and they shipped them to me within a couple of days. So, you know, that's the kind of stuff that you can do. So anyways, give them a call if you want to get going on this and you know, do something like this on your project. That's cool. Love to see it. But anyhow, I'm gonna get this thing, these wings going and get them to the point of covering. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'll have time tomorrow to start spraying white on. It would be nice to be able to do that. We'll see. I want to do everything all at once. So anyways, I'll bring it back when I got more to show you. Alright, since I'm sitting here waiting for paint to dry, and I've been working on the flaps and the airlines and putting stick sit on the wing. You see I got it marked up right now. I decided to go ahead and start doing some assembly, which might surprise you a little bit. But, you know, basically we're covered, and we can paint this elevator, rudder, and fuse combination all in one. So you know, once the covering's down and you got your nitride all down, you know, you could set all that up, and then it's just on to final paint and you know, trim work. So anyways, in previous episodes we went ahead and squared up the wing. We mounted it, got the doubler made for the wing bolts for the pull apart wing section. So that's all good and square to the wing fuselage. So now we need to square the elevator to the wing itself. It's important for flyability that the elevator is on the same plane as far as like this way goes to the wing. So that's where we go, and I'll kind of walk you through it. I've already done this. It's a lot of tedious work. Hey, that's perfect right there. So anyways, what I do, you'll notice there's probably just a smidge, a bit of a gap here. That's so you got room to do this, you know, to get that level. We've already flattened, you know, we've already done all the incidents for this, so it doesn't matter what orientation your fuselage wing is. I just got it propped up on a couple paint cans there. So the first thing that I do is I make sure that I'm centered in this, because the rudder does go down through the center. It's a good idea anyway, so I just go to the leading edge here of the elevator from one side to the other. We got 11 7/8 there, and you know, 11 7/8 here. Okay, I know you can't see through my shoulder there, but like that. So you know, that's just orientated left and right. Make sure she's square, and then you go to a wingtip or the trailing edge here. I usually put my finger on it and just line it up the best I can with the inside. I got a little bit of a lip there on the inside of the sheeting for the trailing edge. And then you just go here and angle it, and you do both sides. And we're 39.25. Now once you get that done, the other tip that I can give you is, you know, put a T-pin up in this upper left-hand corner. Like I said, give yourself a little gap here, and then once you got it nice and centered, you know, like this one here, we're going to hold it together, and then we just come under here with a pencil and mark it. So that's where we do that at. Take your time here. This is very important, because if you're, you know, we'll exaggerate, but if you're like this and you give it up elevator, you know, even if it's just a little bit and you're off, then it's in the loop. It's going to want to do, it's going to want to, it'll act like an aileron more than an elevator. It won't be a true up. You know, you'll have that arc, because, you know, the left side is higher than the right because of the angles involved. Trust me. I don't always know the right terminology for all this stuff, but I definitely know what I'm doing here. So, set enough of this up. So anyways, the next step will be, you know, go ahead and pull your T-pin. You know, we got our, just let that go up. You know, and then we got our marks here. Now you want to go inside the lines, and what I do is, and this is the other important thing, I think I told you guys this before on other builds, but anyways, if you go just to the inside of this, because we got a good amount of gluing surface here, and we got the center, so go to the inside, so that way you got a little bit of covering overlap, so you got you're maintaining your gap, you know, leave a little covering underneath is what I'm trying to say. And then I also don't go all the way to the end. I go inside of that. I'll go inside here like this and like this. And then the other thing is make sure that you have a nice sharp knife and you're only cutting the covering. I mean, you might have to go over it a couple of times, but if you score the balsa wood underneath there, you just made a weak point. And, you know, in theory, you could snap a whole elevator half off. You know, if you end up scoring the balsa wood too much, you know. So anyways, that's be my next step, and then after that I will epoxy this down with some 30-minute epoxy, get it clamped down into place, make sure, double check your measurements, make sure everything's all good, and then leave it sit overnight. And with it clamped into place, I got a little bit more sanding to do there. Let's see. Well, I'm sitting here thinking about it. What did I do with my block? Just had it right there. I think that's a, we want it nice, right? Yeah, make sure you're done, you know, with the majority of your body work here. You know, there's another one right there. You know, rub your fingers over it. You know. That's pretty good. You know, rub your fingers over it, make sure you're good, make sure you're done, because it's easier to work on it now than it is when it's attached. So once we get that done, then I'll go ahead and set the rudder up. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. You know, we'll get the rudder in, we'll get it epoxied in, and yeah, so just thought I'd show you guys what I was up to on this. Everything's going pretty good. The next thing I want to do is get, I had some problems with adhesion on the aileron. That's why that's not covered yet. And but I'm going to get that done, and that keep doing my nitrite. So yay, fun. It's getting stinky in here. It's almost time to take a break. Anyhow, I'll bring you back when I got more to show you. Alright, thought I'd give a quick update. The fuselage is all, got the elevator epoxy on last night, did the fin this morning. Starting to look like an airplane. It's ready for paint. That's why it's sitting over here by the door. I will not be painting this in the barn here. I'm waiting for some better weather and to get the rest of this covered. You know, like I said, I want to do everything at once. So anyways, it's gonna sit there and wait until it's ready. We're ready to start painting. Couple things here. I did get the other aileron attached or down. I just got the second coat of nitrite down on that. And still see it's kind of shiny there, still drying a little bit. So anyways, something that I did learn on this one, I did get me another pair of pinking shears. Thanks to the wife. Those cut a lot better than the old ones did. So anyways, you can use the nitrite clear to adhere down your ends. And like I said earlier, it's like fiberglass. So, you know, once you get that first two coats on there, it dries. That's why I'm leaving some of this long. It trims up quite nicely. You know, this hasn't been sanded or nothing. So, anyways, but it does cut with a hobby knife, an X-Acto blade. Very nice. I hope I got that in the video here. Second look. So, I'm getting this aileron caught up to the rest. I got one more coat to do, a little sanding, and then one more coat on there. And then I'll flip it over, and I'll do the same to the other ones and get all the bottoms, because none of this has got nitrite on it. See, that's what it looks like with it on there. And whatnot. So, anyhow, that's where I'm at. I'll give a little bit of an update on this thing. Did get the finished putting the stick sit on the wings. They're still kind of tacky, still drying up here. I went really wide. It's almost ready. Went really wide on the leading edge. I'm probably going to have to do this in at least two pieces, you know, a top and a bottom. That's what I'm kind of thinking. So, I'm going to have to get the other bag of coverall out to cover these. I may try to do it in one piece. I don't know. I think with the dihedral and everything, I think it's just going to be easier to do a bottom than a top. You know, more traditional. So, anyways, that's where I'm at. I will update you more as things progress here. Probably the next video on this bad boy, big video, will be all the painting. I'm kind of keeping in the back of my mind how I want to trim it and everything and that. So anyhow, I'll bring it back when I got more to show you. All right, so I got the bottom half of the wings covered up. Come out pretty nice looking. Went ahead and wrapped my edges as much as I can. I'm trying to hide the seam up here, so when I go to do the top, I'll line the top up more than I will the bottom, so that way I can get a straight edge across the top of there. This one I wrapped around a little more because it just wasn't worth cutting that little bit off. And then I went through and I went ahead and added more of my stick sit to the top surfaces and went over these so I get good adhesion down. Wings seem to take the brunt of the, you know, I don't know if it's air or whatever that comes across the wings. And, you know, that's where I seem to have the most problems with, you know, things coming loose. So, you know, I want to make sure I get a good adhesion around the edges on this part. Not that I won't after I get the nitrite down, but anyways, I went ahead and shrunk some of this down. You'd be amazed at how much this shrinks down. One mistake I have made, and I will correct in the future, is where's an example of this at? So anyways, be the bay here, the you know, the Bombay doors here. So you see where I added a cap strip across here, because this is all going to get cut out. Okay, and so I added a cap strip here so that this is adhered down nice and tight. And then I'm not gonna, I'll cut this out after the nitrite's down. It's gonna give a cleaner cut. But one mistake I did make is on where the servo openings are at. And see, there's nothing here, and this is all going to get cut out, and then this is going to be flappy because there's no balsa wood underneath of it. So what I'm going to do is, after I get my nitrite down to fix this, is I'm going to put a servo up here. Here's one of them. You can see I'll put the servo way over here, like so, and I can cut this shy, and I will be able to stick a piece of 3/32 cat strip underneath there and glue it in. And then once I get I'll probably do this like with do the second coat of nitrite and then cut it open. And then I'll stick my balsa wood filler strip underneath here. And then I'll hair it back down further with the last coat of nitrite. That is my plan anyways. And we'll see how that works. So I'll have to do that here, and of course on the other wing over here. Because there's nothing to stick this down to. See? So that's like I said, pre-planning is big on this. You know, knowing where, you know, your holes are going to be at for access to like your aileron and flap servos and stuff like that. So that's the plan there. Flaps and ailerons and rudders all done. I got the elevator. I got it covered. Waiting for nitrite on that. I'm going to do that when I do the wings. And then that'll be it. Now I'm starting to run out of nitrite. I might have to order some because there ain't much left in there. But the other thing I was going to show you wherever my bottle's at here. Here it is. So when I did the ailerons, I went through almost a full jar here. It was like down to here when I got, sorry about my finger in the way there. It was like down to here when I refilled it. And then I went ahead and did my second and third coatings after the first. And you can see how little I went through compared to the first time around, when the first coating took up almost the whole jar. So I'm hoping I have just enough to finish this. Now I'll have to order some more anyways, because I got plenty of coverall left. This is the 5-yard package. Oops. This is the 5-yard package. And it's huge. I mean, there's just, you could probably buy a 5-yard package and get 2 or 3 40-size planes out of one. So, you know, there's a lot there. And I mean, I'm working on two fairly large 80-inch wingspan planes, because I bought 2 of these at one time, 2 of these packages, and I got the Spitfire out of one of them, and then I got almost all the Flying King here out of that first one also, and I'm just now getting into my second package here. So we got a lot of coverall to use up. And I got a lot of planes to recover too. So I imagine when I get to the Ultra Sport, or not the Ultra Sport, but the Ultimate, Carl Goldberg Ultimate, rebuild on that. And I got to restore the Sig Cougar yet. It'll probably get all this. That's probably where all that's going to go. But like I said, I'm not scared to do this again on any other plane. I think it's, again, well worth the time and effort to putting this into an airplane that you know you're going to have for a long time. So, or any airplane for that matter, because it's, like I said, it's real durable. So, anyhow, quick little update here. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out the other 2 panels and get those adhered on. And then I'll move on to getting these in nitrite, and that'll probably continue into tomorrow. I'd hate to imagine how much time I got in this plane right now in covering. But I'd venture to say 20-30 hours right now, and we're almost halfway there. So anyhow, I'm gonna get covering, and I'll probably might have to end this here. So probably give you one more update when that gets done, and then I mean, we still got some more to do yet, but I'm gonna get the Bombay doors. Got to get them figured out and stiffened up and covered. I'm gonna do, this is the plate for the center for the wings when you join them, and that's gonna get coveralled also. So we're getting there though. It's starting to like the way it's coming out. So we'll talk to you later when we got more to show you. All right, so it is official. I'm out of nitrite, and I only got the bottom of the wings done. There is not enough, not enough nitrite in that bottle to do the top wings. That's all that's left. So I'm gonna have to order a bottle of nitrite to finish the wings up, which sucks. I gotta wait another week. I had plans of hinging everything and doing all that kind of assembly today, but now I get to wait another week to do all the aileron and flap installation, elevator rudder. I didn't even get to the elevator. So anyways, I'm going to end this video here. A couple things that I did. I went ahead and did after I got my second coat on last night, I went ahead and opened up the pockets. Normally I wouldn't open this stuff up this soon, because now we're going to have to shove some towels in there or something to keep some paint from getting inside the wing. No reason to be painting in there, it just adds unnecessary weight. So, but I did get those opened up so I could add my filler strips in there. That was really easy to do. I just took some scrap 3/32 balsa and cut it to fit. It ain't got to be perfect, just enough, and then went ahead and adhered. You can see even just one coat of nitrite got in there and adhered the covering down. Once I get more nitrite, I have some fixes to do. I got some corners that didn't get covered. I did have one section right here. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but my covering pulled away when I tightened the covering up. This stuff shrinks like you wouldn't believe, and I was just a little too close on the tolerances there, and it pulled away. So I'm going to have to dope in a piece of coverall there. I'll probably go over that next weekend, and then so yeah. Anyways, lots of good progress this week, and yeah, we should be, if all goes well, next weekend putting some paint on it. So anyways, I want to thank you all for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so.